It's the rundown.
Hats on.
Monday, we got the hat and we got the Dunkin' Run menu.
I hurt my hands a little bit with that clap.
Yeah?
You're washed up, bro.
Really hard.
You're washed up.
Ow.
You've been clapping for years. You're too old for that
I need
now.
to start peeing on my hands. Like Moises Alou.
Moises Alou style. The Dunkin' Run menu is a bunch of $2 snacks that's designed to get you through that afternoon lull, like right now when we're doing the rundown. Right now. Spider?
Yeah.
My man,
Pass that to me, you asshole.
the legendary Spider here. Don't block the camera. We got a
It's
whole
our guy,
host
Spider.
of snacks to take here.
Thanks, man.
I got the donut
Appreciate it.
sticks.
Thank you, Sean.
Perfect time.
And we got hot intern too, making yourself useful. Being more than just pretty.
I'm gonna pass because I'm actually
Thank you.
on a diet, but perfect for the diet is a little Dunkin' Donuts coffee in the
not
afternoon.
on a diet, so I'm rocking with the donut sticks and the fudge brownie.
I almost went to the gym this weekend.
What is that?
That counts.
You did?
Oh, came close, yeah.
That counts, man.
How close?
Like,
You
thought
put
about
on
it.
the clothes?
No, I didn't
oh,
put on the
okay.
clothes. Don't be
That's
rude.
my moves.
You thought about it. You had to
I've been
look
I've been a real like put on the clothes mood and then just sit there and
I've been to real
don't go
buy
anywhere.
the clothes. I just bought them.
Yeah,
that's an important part. It's an
Oh
important
fuck!
part.
Oh,
no.
shit.
Oh no.
Oh Duncan, come on, Tommy, can you help me out? Can you get
Do
me
something, Tommy.
Like one guy tweets something mean at Dave and he's ready to defend his honor. I spill all over myself. He's just staring at me like a
Chaos right now.
God damn.
So the Dunkin' Run menu.
If I was your presidente, you would have had that in 2 seconds.
We'll get to that in the after show today. Tommy
Don't be
Smoke
mean to my
just
presidente.
racing to save
Thank you,
his
Tommy.
hero,
A
Dave.
company-wide assault.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
My presidente cannot be slandered.
For
Or
$2,
libeled.
Dunkin' the donut sticks, the fudge brownie. That's the ham and cheese roll up. They got pretzel bites.
This is good stuff.
If you get the donut sticks and the pretzel bites, it's almost like being at the mall.
Yeah.
And you get the soft pretzel or at the airport.
What else do they have?
They have waffle breaded chicken tenders. That's legit. Waffle breaded. You ever had
Where's
those?
that? They have those in that box? Spider, where'd you go?
Spider did a terrible job here.
Spider just
Here's
did
the
it
pretzel bites.
for a second and then walked away. No, I want the chicken thing you were talking
They're
about.
basically just chicken fingers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
We back.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Donut fries.
That's
You
good.
want a little pretzel bite?
Yeah, I'll give it a whack.
Yeah, that's like straight out of the mall.
Tommy, try this. That's good.
Oh,
Try
yeah.
it, Tommy.
Very good stuff.
That's some good stuff from Dunkin' Donuts.
Tom, were you scared of germs?
That was good, right? No, you gotta finish the whole bite.
Bite the part with Dan bit.
Yeah,
Do
bite,
it.
bite it, lick it.
Do it.
Do it. Bite
You
it.
won't even take a bite of
You
Dan's.
wouldn't kiss Dan?
It's a freaking ad deal, dude. Dunkin's gonna be so mad if you don't
gotta
bite
do
it.
Do one for the company.
Yeah.
This stuff is good. These chicken and waffle.
Pretzels are
Try
good.
these. No, I'm not gonna do carbs, but try that. It's so good.
Give me a.
It tastes like chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
That's like it's got a little syrup
Oh, wow,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. That's my new jam. Yes,
about
that's
that? Oh my
really
God.
really good.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's good.
We are living in the future. Between the donut fries and the chicken mixed with the waffles, all in one shot. All good things from the Dunkin' snack run, Dunkin' Run menu. Get the snacks. They're all $2. You can get it throughout the day, throughout your afternoon. Get it through the day. All right, so let's get right into it. A lot to talk about from the weekend. We begin with LeBron James and his son, Bronny. The fact that he's like really Bronny is like, I feel like they sat down and they were like, what can we call you that's going to piss off Dave Portnoy the most? Bronny Jr.
But in all
I
honesty, he
like
could have
Bron.
called him anything, and Dave would have.
Yes, but you know, I mean, it's basically like Bronny. It's like a patronizing.
I think of it as Bronny.
Here's
I think
my
he's
takeaway.
like
he's
the
a
Bronny
strong
man?
13-year-old boy.
He is.
I actually think Dave Portnoy is now worse than Skip Bayless in his irrational LeBron hate.
Skip
and this
Portnoy,
is
eh?
coming from someone who actually like. I don't like LeBron either. I've gotten in a million MJ versus LeBron debates, but the LeBron is trying to make it all about himself by dunking in his kid's layup line. If you are a kid on that team, if you're a kid on the opposing team, if you are a person in that gym, that is the coolest
knocked it out of
moment.
the park,
his
To
dude.
be like,
Knocked it out of
oh
the
my
park.
God, the day that I was, dude,
People
there's probably
pay-
some fat fucking white kid who's sitting there who's the 12th man on the opposing team, and the height of his life, his sports career, is going to be the day that LeBron dunked in the layup line in the game that he didn't even get to play in. That's how cool that is.
And then,
People who-
then his son goes and does the same exact dunk, and they do the side by side. And LeBron and his kid are both like, you know, it's AAU ball. He's still young, but we are now seeing like these guys do the same stuff on a basketball court.
Yes.
That's wild. Like I'm not saying you have to be like corny and cheesy about him and his boy, but like that's a very cool thing for
And he
for a
seems
father
like
and son to be
LeBron
able to
seems
do.
like a pretty damn good dad. I'll say.
Yeah, fuck,
I
you're
hate
right.
to fucking compliment LeBron over and over, but he seems like a pretty damn good dad.
That video, the one that, like the uninterrupted like leak for the HBO show, was so cool. Where he's just talking about like how he like finally gets what his mom was doing.
Yeah,
He used to yell
because
at her
now,
at AAU
yeah,
games and
yeah,
shit
because
like
he's on
that.
the bench and shit.
And you want to know the first person I apologized to was my mom that was sitting right here. And the reason I apologized to my mom, because I used to get on my mom so much. When I was a kid and she used to go crazy at my AAU game, I used to be like, Mom, chill out, Mom, I don't want this. And I went crazy about my kids. And I was like,
You felt her pain.
I was like, Mom, I'm sorry.
Shit, you can't
And how he's
understand
like, I
it.
wish I didn't name him after me. Like,
That's a little that I will agree with Dave on. That's a fucking joke. Like
you think he's still
LeBron being like, oh man, I cursed my kid by naming after. Oh, you fucking named him after you because it's like an ego thing.
I still regret giving my 14-year-old my name because of that. Right. Like when I was younger, obviously didn't have a dad. So my whole thing was like, whenever I have a kid, not only is he gonna be a junior, I'm gonna do everything that this man didn't do. Right.
Yeah, but I think he had a good
I
point.
don't think it's an ego thing naming your kid your same name. I think that's kind of like an old school. Like,
I don't know. That's also-
bloodline type deal. Like,
But
I
you're
mean, I
also,
know,
like,
all-
patting
I mean, he
we're all
kind of
John.
explained it too, though. He was like, my father wasn't around, and I was like, I want to be there and have like me
Right,
and my
but-
son be connected. And
But being
he went-
like, oh
he
man,
went
I'm so
extreme.
good that my son's like.
He is though. Like,
Yeah, but
that's just
I
stating
don't
a
know.
fact.
That everything
like
else LeBron
having-
did, the dunk, the school, all that stuff, I'm all for. I think that's cool. The name thing, I'm like, okay.
That
come
did
on.
remind me of one of my favorite tweets ever, though, when LeBron James Jr. changed his number because
Yeah.
he didn't want to be
Connected
associated
to-
with his
yeah.
dad.
It's
And
like-
someone was like, and now entering the game, LeBron James Jr.
Yeah, right.
And Bruce was, hey, bro, whose kid is that?
Yeah.
What number is that? I don't know who it is.
But
By the way,
the thing is, like, that's so spot on what you started with. That's exactly what I was thinking the entire
Yeah.
time. Like, anyone there, people pay hundreds of dollars for a ticket to see LeBron James do that. It's a Saturday afternoon, you're at your kid's game, and you see him.
you had a nice surprise.
I remember we were at a baseball tournament once, and we were playing like Natick, and Doug Flutie was like the coach or was in the crowd for the other team, and that was cool.
The place is buzzing when that shit
Just
happens,
like Doug
right?
Flutie was just sitting
Just
there, he wasn't
there.
doing anything. To see like have LeBron jump in the layup line,
Awesome.
people go nuts.
I know it's the off season right now and everything will ramp up, but LeBron's retired. This is
Oh,
this
yeah.
is retirement for LeBron.
100%.
He'll play some ball. He's gonna compete. He'll try, but I think this is like his like basically
he doesn't care about
pre-retirement.
championships
No,
anymore.
no chance, no shot.
The second the HBO show got announced, and I'm sure it's like it was all recorded previously, and
Doesn't
he's not gonna be
matter. His
doing, he's gonna be
mindset.
skipping practice to go do this, but it's still.
Oh, and by the way, that clip of him being like, growing up, I was a Cowboys, Yankees, whatever fan.
In the
Duke
Liverpool,
fan, I
in the
was
Liverpool
like-
kit though.
You know, growing up, you know, I was a Cowboys fan, I was a Bulls fan, I was a Yankees fan, and I've always felt like that was like one of the historic franchises. And you look at the Lakers, you know, being able to play for a historic franchise.
Yes.
I mean, you gotta be
By
a
the way,
real asshole to just open.
Pulisic might be back. Might be coming to Liverpool.
Might be bad.
I might go back to
You're gonna
Liverpool.
divest?
Well, because
Well, my
Jurgen
team-
was his coach at
Yeah.
Dortmund.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody
That was
cares.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nobody cares.
Oh, you care, dude.
What
Yeah.
people
You
do
care.
care
Okay.
about is this McDonald's conspiracy, which might be my favorite fucking story of all time.
I didn't know this beforehand. Did you?
Wait, no spoilers. I'm not all the way through the article.
It's long as fuck.
I know. I got like 4 paragraphs
Wait,
and fell asleep.
what do you mean? Did I know this? Nobody knew this, right?
No, I guess it was known. Like there were
Really?
news articles written about it in 2001
Okay.
and stuff.
I did not
I
know
thought this
this.
was breaking news. This is just kind of
Yeah.
like the deep dive.
Re-breaking
into it.
news.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so the story goes that a mobster controlled all of the important pieces from McDonald's monopoly. Growing up, the McDonald's monopoly was like the most important thing in my life.
Yes.
Like more than sports, more than school,
just knowing
more
it
than
was
friends,
rigged,
more
with
than
no
video
chance?
games. I just did nothing but eat McDonald's and collect the pieces.
Dude, like poor people are like this is like football is my way out of the hood. Like this was my
McDonald's,
way
my
out of
meal
upper middle
ticket.
class life. Was winning McDonald's.
I mean, how many
I tried
times?
so hard all the time.
How many? So wait, Boardwalk was the one that was hard to find, right?
Yeah.
But and then there was a million park places.
Yeah.
And I was always like, oh, halfway there,
Yep.
halfway there.
Yep.
I must have had 75 park places sitting around, and the short line railroad. I had all 3 railroads 1,000 times, and I was always like, yeah, it's really just that hard to win. Wrong. It's because the mafia was controlling this shit in one of the all-time great scams.
It's not
Sucks.
like all-time successful scans. Like,
Yeah.
he did it for like 15 years.
Yeah.
but it
He made
wasn't
like $20
great.
million.
It was so easy to catch.
Well, not really. If you made $20 million over 15 years.
No, I know, but looking
Once it
back, I guess
unravels.
hindsight's 2020. But like, if you look back on it, he was the only guy in control of them.
Yeah.
He had a Dodge Viper,
And
he had the fucking money, he
They
had it all.
didn't even suspect him for a long time.
But that's why it's perfect, because it's like hiding in plain sight.
I
It's
guess,
like
yeah.
it
No, I
wasn't
mean,
that
like,
criminal. It's
the
not like
facts
he
are
was,
the facts.
not like
The
he was
fact
like
that he
robbing people at
had the
gunpoint.
pieces,
He was
like,
shaking them down for Monopoly
I
pieces.
In a
did get
vest
to the
he invented.
point. No, that he like walked around to the different places, like giving them the winning.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
And then if he won the million, he would get like the first $50,000 installment. It was
Which,
great.
by the way, not great for him. Like,
No,
I'd
I
want a
thought it
bigger
would be
piece.
like half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want a much bigger piece than
Right.
50 grand, a million.
Maybe that's how you know.
I
'cause
just
if that
can't
guy all of a
believe that
sudden
we
is
never had
banking
a
it-
chance to win.
I know.
I know.
Never
Like,
had
I
a
feel
shot.
like
Like,
it
give him
would've
the death
won.
penalty.
I mean, I actually there was a period of time where I thought that they just didn't make them. I was
Yeah.
like, nobody's actually. This is
Yeah.
the greatest scam by McDonald's. But it just turns out that Jimmy
an
from
awesome
the Bronx.
They
or
had
whatever.
7 people from one family
Yeah.
win major prizes.
But that's
How
the
is
thing.
that not
People are just not
suspicious?
checking.
That's
Yo, by the way, did you know that it started in 1987?
No, that part was crazy.
I thought
to
it was
me.
like 95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I remember
thought-
it coming on the scene when we were kids.
I thought I remembered the moment where they're like, "This is it."
Yeah.
Because like you remember moments like when you were a kid. Remember when the blue M&M came out?
Oh, yeah.
That was big.
Yep.
This was also.
Yeah, when
big.
every time they added a marshmallow for Lucky Charms.
Yeah,
remember
that was huge.
the balloon, the red balloon was
Is
huge.
he the sole reason they stopped? Because if so, he was
I haven't gotten to
definitely
the end of the
death
article.
penalty.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
If he ruined it, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they should bring
I
it
thought they
back
still
because
did
now
it.
it's at like
so much
now
buzz
there's
again.
it's at an all-time high. The
I'd be like,
popularity.
this
We used
time
to
you
trade
can
this
actually
shit
win?
like they were
Yeah.
fucking Pokemon cards.
Right.
Like we'd go. There
People
was
were
a,
selling them on eBay apparently.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that makes sense. If you need, I would pay $25,000 if I knew that I was going to win $50,000 for the piece. It's like
we, how they had like that big fold out of like an actual Monopoly board.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have like we'd ride our bikes to McDonald's. We'd all just like sit there and just like
Stick 'em
try and figure out how we could.
And then
get
there was always the
millions of
instant Big Mac.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like bam, done.
Great.
That was gold as a
Huge
kid.
day.
Dude, it's so perfect that like the mobster won the McDonald's prize of a Dodge Viper.
Yeah, the Dodge Viper is so
Those three
perfect for a
things are-
mobster.
And it's crazy that like the mob is the one who tore it down too.
I know.
They also were giving away Mini Coopers, right? Which
Yeah.
is also
Yeah,
very
the-
McDonald's.
The railroad got you a Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
Be like, cash value, please. Coming from a guy who once pushed a Fiat, cash value. You want to get tickets to your favorite band this summer? We're going to go see OAR in a few weeks. You want to
Where
get
are you
down with
seeing
that?
OAR?
You're coming.
They're at
August 13th, Center Park.
it's Feits' birthday celebration. And Nate's in the band now.
I'll not be here.
Oh yeah,
Well,
you're
then
not
you're
gonna be
not
here. Hank's not gonna be here, so I just didn't get
Well, then you're not coming. But Nate's in the band too, so we'll get that shit for
Yeah,
free. No big deal.
tambourine.
You want to get your tickets to concerts, sporting
It's your
events,
30th birthday?
whatever. 3-0, man baby over here.
It's crazy, but it's sad because John's always
know.
been the young one.
I know. I also don't realize how old I am the other day. Like, I said, how old are you, Carabas? He said 29. I said, oh, we're like the same age, because in my head, I'm still 30. It's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not even close. 33.
33.
Yeah.
I remember when John was like 24.
Jesus was dead at the age of 33.
Yeah,
Think about that. Best way to buy and sell tickets on the secondary market, SeatGeek app. Download it, go to settings, add a promo code, Rundown. You get $10 off your first purchase. Everything's guaranteed to be real, and everything is guaranteed to be the lowest price because it's full transparency. The Dodgers. What was it? The Braves?
Disgusting.
The Braves play-by-play guy,
Right,
but he
right.
once played for the Dodgers.
Joe
okay, I didn't know
Simpson.
that.
Joe Simpson, like absolutely appalled, like it physically and emotionally tormented him that the Dodgers and Chase Utley were wearing like shorts and T-shirts and like
Chase Utley, by the way, was wearing a strikeout cancer shirt.
right. That doesn't help your
Cause?
cause. So they were wearing like they were like Dodgers like gear, but it was like not their uniforms, didn't have their number and their name. And this guy was so upset because people pay so much money to come to the ballpark and they had no idea how to identify any of the players, and it's not professional, and blah, blah, blah. And this is why baseball is stuck in the predicament they're in, where they're basically dying because of old assholes like
I think
this.
that's overstated. I hate that baseball is dying.
Yeah, but it's not because of shit like this.
No, I mean it's not dying still. It's still very popular.
the same.
It's
It's
never,
gonna be-
yeah,
it's
but it's
kinda
never
stuck.
going to
It's gonna be the third
It's
most
never
popular
going to be
sport.
what it should be because of this kind of shit.
But it,
I don't.
I don't
I
agree with
disagree with
that.
that.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
disagree.
I
don't
think that as long as there's, I mean, it's all the baseball writers like this. If
no,
all, if the
I don't think
announcers
it's.
are like
I
this,
think it's the game is slow and it's like
right,
I don't
but
think
you
it has
can't
anything to do
couple
with
that.
the writers and shit.
It does, because that's what gives it the perception. The game is always going to be slow, but if you hype up and talk about the parts of
also-
it that are great,
it will flourish more than it is. When the only coverage you get from baseball writers is stuffy bullshit like this, it makes people tune out. They're like, well, I'm not even gonna. There's an element of the game, and then there's an element of like the way the game is talked about and covered.
See, I think
and that shit
baseball
is just fucking
the
ruined.
problem with baseball is just regional. Like you only care about like I don't watch any. I watched actually for the first time ever. What's his name? Michael Kay. That guy just doesn't talk.
It's terrible. Well, it's better than when he talks.
Dude, Saturday was torture. Saturday was like 100% humidity in New York City, and there was one baseball game on at 1 o'clock. The Cubs and Cards played at 4. There was
the Mets
nothing.
never play at 1.
I had to
so
watch
annoying.
the fucking Yankees game, and Michael Kay just doesn't speak.
He's terrible.
He goes
man.
entire at bats where he'll
don't even
say
listen to Michael.
like
Tommy's
2
a big
words.
Michael
He
Kay guy.
usually talks more, but that was
Maybe he was saving it because it was doubleheader. He was trying to like
Gotta let the game breathe. That's what I say.
No, but there's letting it breathe, and I actually thought my TV was broken a couple times because it would be
When you just hear like that
4
ambient noise
pitches.
in the background. It's like,
Yeah,
on
it was like 4 pitches, and then there'd be a foul off, and be like fouled off. And that was it. I was like, what's going on right now? But anyway, this guy, I love him because he's so like this.
And then there was
to get
guys
mad about
defending,
this-
like coming to his defense, being like, he once played for the Dodgers. You never put on a uniform, so you don't know what it's about. It's like, I can comment on this ridiculous overreaction, whether I played professional baseball or not.
I don't even really know what guy. I thought that's just what guys wore during BP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I don't even know.
The Cubs don't even take
What do
BP.
What do they wear? What do most guys? They wear.
I guess,
they
I
wear
guess,
fucking
I guess
suits?
there's like
Uniforms?
a jersey,
Yeah,
like a
there's-
jersey,
yeah.
where it still like has your name and number.
Okay,
It's
now-
definitely
yeah, now
not
I'm
like full
picturing, like-
uniforms.
A lot of teams don't
Like
take
Red Sox,
BP
like,
anymore.
tweeting out pictures.
And like, I mean, if you're there for BP, you probably know who the guys are. You
And
know what I mean? It's
not
like-
only that-
or you don't even care.
Dude, you
Yeah,
don't give a shit.
yeah.
Chase
You just
Utley
want-
is-
you'll take the ball boys fucking autograph.
Chase
Right.
Utley's
Who's
been
in
in Major
New
League
Jersey?
Baseball for 45 years.
45 years.
Everyone knows who he is.
Yeah.
There's not one person who doesn't know Chase Utley.
No.
And Chase Utley has fucked over every team in baseball at some point. Like that's just a fact.
I fucking hate Chase Utley with all of my goddamn heart.
He's done something at some point. Jay, hey, do you have a
We
take
got
on
tidbits?
this?
He was just talking about how we're raising money for cancer. Chase Utley. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
no, that's what I'm
And
saying, like
That's
the-
like the kicker. It's
that
like,
was the
oh,
best
you got
part.
you got a problem with my attire? Well, it's helping children survive the battle with cancer.
Right.
You dickhead.
It's not like it's some, like.
Imagine getting upset about that.
Ugh.
I do
I
though.
pity
I
those
kind of
people.
like. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that portion of my life.
What are you gonna like get upset about?
I don't know. Like,
don't
who
know.
knows? Who knows? But it's gonna be great. Like, I'll probably be one of those guys who's like, the red zone is too fast. Like, they don't give us enough content.
I like how you pointed
do
at
right
me.
now.
I've been that way for 5 years. I've been
yeah.
anti-red zone for 5 years.
Or
Six
like
says to win.
I'll look forward to being like the layup counts as 2 guy. Like, I don't need to see these dunks. Just give me a layup. when did a bank shot go out of style? Yeah, I'm excited for that portion of my life.
No, it'll be when they finally put in like a 4-point line.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, I remember when it was just 3 points. This is
what the
ridiculous.
hell?
You
Yeah.
can change the whole game with one shot.
Feed the post.
Bigfoot Erotica. This dude is running, or I don't know, somebody's running for the 5th congressional seat in Virginia. And it turns
What is that,
out.
like a comptroller?
Yeah, right. That's like the most made-up thing in the world. You're like on some real estate board,
What is a
basically.
comptroller?
I don't know. I just
No
know
idea.
voice on it.
That word that's a made-up politics
Something,
word.
they do something they do with math.
You
and,
control
Always
the
Sunny.
comp.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it turns out this dude running is into Bigfoot Erotica.
Also friends with maybe a white supremacist.
Yeah.
That part's not as funny as the Bigfoot.
Yeah, no,
stuff.
that part we just need to say it and be like,
Yeah.
not cool, dude.
Right.
But
Bad stuff.
I
but back
have
to the Bigfoot.
think that this is a joke.
That he's not
Like the
into
Bigfoot erotica is just like it's one funny Instagram post, right?
No, he wrote a book.
It's a thing. It's
He
a whole
wrote
thing.
a
I'm
book?
pretty sure he wrote a book.
This is a moment where I knew I had been doing the internet way too long. I wrote a blog 4 years ago on Bigfoot Erotica.
Yeah, people like
and I
this
wrote,
shit.
I tried it out. I wrote some Bigfoot Erotica.
Oh.
It is.
Could you pull it up and read us some?
I should, yes.
Tommy, comptroller.
Comptroller is a management level position responsible for supervising the quality of accounting and financial reporting of an organization.
So it's like a guy who's not good enough with numbers to be an accountant, but he watches over the accountants.
Sounds about right.
Got it.
This might be too graphic for a sponsored show, so this might be beeped out. I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh wow. Let me get comfortable.
You might want to take your pants off.
Yeah.
I don't know where my affinity for Sasquatch love initially came from. As a young girl, I became enamored with.
You're a girl in this?
Yeah, because so the story goes that this girl made $30,000 a month. Yo, she made 30 grand a month.
Bigfoot Erotica was getting fucked by Bigfoot.
Well, I don't want to be. I don't want to have like gay Bigfoot sex.
If you're gonna have a fantasy, you might as well live your own fantasy. You're not even in your own fantasy.
I actually didn't remember doing that, and as I started to read it, I was like, young girl.
You're not
As
even
a young
this is
girl.
like Dwight with his death hotel. You're not even in your own fantasy, bro. Come on.
I became enamored with Chewbacca in Star Wars: A New Hope, but I was ashamed of my forbidden love. It was my dirty little secret that I thought would never come to life. But there I was, bent over naked before not one, but 2 real-life Yetis.
Holy shit, 2 of them?
Bigfoot's ape cock entered me from behind while I pleasured the abominable snowman's snowy balls with my lips, deep-throating his cold, furry dick. I could hardly believe it.
What?
My dream had come true. Skewered by 2 Sasquatch cocks, I began to gush in ecstasy.
You're like a pig on a spit?
Yes.
Oh my
Their
god.
soaked fur rubbing against my naked body made me groan with delight.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
That was 2014. I was already doing the Bigfoot
Oh my
Erotica.
god. Wow.
And so that story back in 2014, the girl said she made 30 grand a month writing this shit. That's how much of a market there is for this.
Dude, I'll tell you what, that got me all bombed up.
that was insane. You were
Some
the
alone
lucky
time.
Pierre in a Sasquatch threesome. What the hell?
Honestly, I think we have to beep out everything for Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
That's just
probably.
gonna be
That's
great.
right. Yeah,
No way.
Probably.
Can't do it.
That'll have to be outtakes. That'll be a
Sales will have to
special
take
after
a look
show.
at this. Yeah, they'll have to look at this. Before.
Anyway, I mean, can you
bury that.
can you run for
No,
even
there is no
comptroller?
anyway. Go to the next.
Yeah, okay.
They're like, hey, so bringing it back down to earth after I just told you guys about the time I was a little girl that got impaled by 2 Bigfoot cocks.
Man, making it a girl was a weird choice.
It
was a
credit
weird
to you,
move.
Kevin, for being a good host to try to bring that back down to earth. Damn.
I wasn't even picturing a girl, I was just picturing you in a wig.
Oh god, that's good.
Wow.
That's fucking good.
Some of the words in there were just
Oh man.
skewered.
Skewered. Yeah.
Yikes,
damn.
Kevin. A little too good at that. A little too good at that. Give me 30 grand a month. Anyway, that is a moment though where I was like, I've been doing this shit too long. Like someone was like, yo, did you see Bigfoot Erotica's trending? I was like, oh, I wrote that before.
Oh,
I'm in
jeez.
too deep.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
All right. Last half of the rundown here is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. You can get your first month for $5, or you can get $5 off your second month. Sorry. So when you sign up, you get the starter kit where you get the 6-blade executive razor, and you get trial sizes of the shave butter, the one wipe Charlie's to keep that butt clean, and the body cleanser. And then after that, you get $5 off your second month. This Dollar Shave Club is perfect for the dude who like doesn't really care but needs to make sure he's like presentable, because it has everything you need in the shower. It has everything you need at the sink. Razors, hair stuff. It's like if you care at all about your appearance, even just a little bit, they'll mail it to your house so you can stay on point. Keep the blades coming for just a couple bucks a month. You can do every other month if you don't shave all that often. Yeah, that's right. You don't
Sound like
this fucking guy over here. So go to dollarshaveclub.com, promo code Barstool, and you get $5 off your second month. We got this old woman who, wait, what did she shot him?
Shot and killed.
This old woman shot her husband because he was ordering too much porn on demand. There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, well, I mean, look.
As a guy who frequently pays for porn, John, we'll
we've
start with
all,
you.
well, frequently. I think everyone should treat themselves about once a year to a month membership of Brazzers. You see the world from a different angle that way.
You do that, and then you buy all the magazines probably like 3 times a year.
Yeah, that's just me getting drunk though, and I think it's
Yeah.
funny. I
Flash
throw it all away the
and
next morning. It's
Yeah.
like a bunch of like old lady porn I buy just as a joke to myself.
Yeah, that granny porn is...
But the I've been caught as a kid. Used to
Yep.
buy the pay-per-view.
Yep.
Yeah?
It's broken. It's broken.
Oh
Mom.
yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
what
I
to tell you.
don't
Wait a
remember
minute.
hitting that button.
That's a suicide mission. You know it's gonna show up.
Yeah, but you
Like,
never
there's
know.
no way to hide that
Well,
one.
like buying shit. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't know. Like, ooh.
Oh, sorry.
We're getting sexy on today's show.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much. At least nowadays, when you're on like the guide, It sounds like some hardcore shit.
Oh,
like,
it
like
goes
the description
fast too. It's like Showtime, and then it's
Boom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
the
lesbians.
Playboy
fucking,
channel is like, yeah, it's like,
eating each other's
like
faces.
barely 18. I'm like, damn, they have it on the TV. I know
Yeah.
on the internet you can get that deep,
Barely
but
18.
it's like crazy shit on there.
How many months is barely 18?
What does that
I
mean?
think it starts
Within
like
the month?
like-
the filming starts at like 11:59
on her birthday?
when
Yeah.
she's 17, and then it's like they bring out a birthday cake,
I don't know,
and then
we'll
she
have to-
fucks.
we'll have to
Oh
ask
my
Dave.
God. Uh-oh. Now you're presidente.
Can this girl shoot her husband? Is she allowed?
I think if he's
this
been
is more-
told.
I think this is more of a financial thing rather than a
Yeah.
porn thing. You know, she's like, you're
Spending
wasting money. Use the fucking internet.
But it
Yeah,
is
you gotta
nice.
buy- and you know it's probably like $29.99 for a movie, right?
Yeah,
It's
but it
expensive
is
shit.
nice to not have to take out your laptop and all that. So, like sometimes
like-
you're sitting on the couch and
Yeah.
boom, right.
Also, sometimes you get those rewards points, so you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like on Fios,
True.
if you buy a bunch of movies, you get like points. And
Yeah.
you can
Really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta get
Oh,
Fios.
you
bro.
don't get that on Spectrum.
Yeah.
That's a nice little
It is
deal
nice.
there.
Sometimes I just get a movie for free.
Wow.
And if that was porn, more power to it.
porn's so expensive, man. You ever see like the DVDs?
That's what I'm
DVDs
saying.
like 49
because,
bucks.
Because they know they got you literally by the balls. So
Yeah.
they're like, this guy will pay anything
If
for
you're
this.
in that, if you're in
if
that
it's
market,
2018 and
you
you're
need
still
it.
buying
Yeah.
porn, you could make it $299 and you'd be like, done.
I bought one porn DVD in my life. I've gotten some free ones with the magazines, but I bought one. I was driving home I was visiting Rollins College when I was at FSU, and I was driving up the highway. Saw this big fucking billboard for a porn megastore with Belladonna on it. I was like, I need a Belladonna DVD.
Little
right
romantic
now.
depot action.
Pulled over.
Yep.
I didn't jerk off to it there, but I just bought it. It was like $50 for like 3
I
Belladonna
got
scenes.
Rihanna versus Jenna.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Classic.
That's like
That's up there with like Gone with the Wind and shit.
yeah, I was gonna say, that's like, oh yeah, I had Jurassic Park on VHS. Yeah, no shit, you did.
All right, that's the rundown. On to the after show where we had some big internal drama. So on Thursday or Friday, a hit piece was written about Barstool at the ballpark. This girl, Brittany, wrote it for the Hardball Times, which is like some fake-ass baseball website from Fangraphs. And she wrote like 5,000 words bashing the Mets, White Sox, and Yankees outings that we do, which are absolutely like the most wholesome event that Barstool does. We just go to baseball games, drink some beer, eat some hot dogs, and watch baseball. And they portrayed
I went to a
it.
Yankee one and enjoyed it.
If the Red Sox
We
didn't
went
go
to
to
the
the
Mets
Yankee one,
Cubs last year. It was like you just basically stand out there and drink a couple beers.
socialize like you're at a bar while you watch a game, you drink free beer. It's like the most American thing we do. And this girl wrote this article. She kind of duped us at first, just being like, hey, can I get a couple of quotes about like, did the team work with you and what's it like? And then all of a sudden it was like, are women allowed? I was like, what's going on here? I think she almost thought it was like a blackout tour at the game or something. Where it was like sexualized and dangerous. Like we just watched the fucking baseball game. Anyway, she writes this hit piece. Hubs wrote a very thorough response, basically just elaborating on everything I just said, to which she then tweeted a response to that blog along with a screenshot of what she thought was an email from Dave Portnoy. Now, I'm going to have to read that one too, because if anybody has ever come across Dave Portnoy for like 1 second, you would know this is not him. The subject was "Come speak" with an exclamation point, and I highlight that. I highlight that because
Already.
Dave, I actually, if I would like to draw an exclamation point and say like, Dave, what is this? I don't think he would know.
No way.
Like what
No
emotion
way.
does this mean?
Yeah.
What does this punctuation
That's
mean?
first,
He would know.
yeah.
So come speak. Hey, I'd love to have you come meet us all after you wrote the hit piece on us. I think that you have a very misconstrued view about what we do.
Another one.
You don't have
no
to get
chance to use that word.
No chance. By the way, all perfect punctuation and all the correct amount of spaces after a period.
And
Dave
more-
puts at least 6 or 7 every time.
And more than one sentence. He's never sent an email. that's
Body
more than
of an
one.
email is even a dead giveaway.
If there's a body of an email, like
It used to write it all in the subject
All
line.
in the subject line. 100%. Everything's in the subject line.
You don't have to be a coward and hide behind your screen! Exclamation point. You can come face the guys who are keeping your career alive! Exclamation point. Our office is at blah 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 in Manhattan! Exclamation point. Can't wait! With 5 exclamation points.
Oh my God.
And what we realize this is you can go on her blog and it says contact me, where you put your name, your email address, your subject, and your message, which is exactly what this little screenshot showed. So some fucking troll, joking, pretending to be Dave, Or actually, Hubs thinks it's actually her. He actually thinks she like faked this whole thing,
Yeah, she might
which
have.
is very entirely possible.
Like even it says David Portnoy. Dave doesn't even know his name.
No. So either somebody trolled her and she thought it was real, or this was like the best impression she could do of Dave or someone from Barstool Sports, which is, I mean, this might be one of the more embarrassing gaffes I've ever seen from someone trying to pull a hit piece.
And the thing that's so annoying about it and frustrating about it, this actually bothered me. Two things bothered me over the weekend. Two things that I have no control over and shouldn't bother me. One, the fact that Jackie Bradley catch was a 4-star, 42% catch probability. That was fucking nonsense.
I think what that means is just that balls hit to that part of the park get caught more often, 42% of the time, based on like where, you know, like
Right,
if you're playing
There's
in
more
left center.
air under the ball,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I don't
He
think
was
like
playing right
liter-
center. It
yeah,
was
like
hit to left
from
center.
where he stood, I think it was probably like a 1%. But I think balls in that part of the park is
0%
yeah.
chance. But Jerry
Well, it's
Grammy
not
said it was
zero.
Jerry Grammy said it was the best catch he's seen in the entire time of baseball.
It's not 0.
I mean, let's relax. It was
Dude,
a nice
he ran
catch.
a mile to get there.
He ran 72
Nonetheless,
feet.
Derek
nonetheless,
Jeter went
it's
into
a
the
5-star
stands.
catch. It's a 5-star catch.
Do you remember that?
Now I'm
Remember when Derek-
down on this catch. That catch was pedestrian at
Derek
best.
Jeter went into the stands.
Into the stands.
Broke his face.
The
With
but then
a
I got mad
razor
at
like
this
a wrestler.
because this was
what he
like
did.
Underneath the seat.
because it's so frustrating because she replied to the tweet immediately. As soon as she sent this, she replied, "I'm not sure that's him." Like you knew
Yeah, so
right
then
away.
don't
You
even
knew
put
this
that
wasn't him.
out.
So you pretend you're a journalist. You cite
Okay.
all your fucking you wrote for the Atlantic. By the way, the article she wrote for the Atlantic was why can't we find female umpire uniforms? That was the article she wrote for the fucking
Apparently,
Atlantic.
I think she
maybe
she-
7 clicks.
I think she tried to do this to Minahan with his drama
Damn.
too, because some Boston stoolies were.
So can I
replying.
ask a question? Because
Oh, and by the way, she also said, "Don't act like this Barstool article is like keeping me in business. I've also written for ESPNW."
can I ask a question?
Excuse me.
At what point do these people do we stop caring about these people? Because
It was this one until this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The Dave email part was fucking hilarious, and then it's like, all right, now I'm in. But how does anyone even find the initial blog post?
Well, and then
I didn't even know that was
so
a fucking
I knew it
blog.
was coming because I actually like provided quotes and shit for the first time ever, and so I took interest in it. And then Jack Mack showed it to me and told me it was 4,000 words, and I was like, well, I don't care anymore.
Well, I just feel like some of these people now know that like if they say something even remotely
Yeah.
bad about Barstool, then
That they get the
people
attention
will
they want.
respond
Yeah.
and they can be like, well, self-fulfilling prophecy. Look at all these people responding. It's like I would never have known that this existed.
No, the hardball times is not moving the needle.
I reached that point when I sang the stretch last year, or the
Glenn- Glenn is a
the
gorilla.
BP Baseball Prospectus Wrigleyville blog, and I was like,
Yeah.
who are these people? Like,
No.
I can't get upset anymore about these people because
No, but
they're
the only
everywhere.
thing
and
the
they
only
all have
reason
blogs.
that this one bothered me is because Barstool at the ballpark, I think is
Yeah,
the only thing
that
that is
part.
100% bulletproof.
Right.
So like you can't come for that. You
No,
want
I
to come
agree.
for our jokes. You want to come for some of the shit I've said. I get it. There's always, I get it. Not that though.
It's just like I feel like I guess my point is this playbook, their playbook has been like run so many times
Yep.
now that it's so predictable what they do, and it's just nothing blog. Write a huge piece trying to seem like they'll write a couple things like, oh, they actually gave to charity or something like that, so it'd be like, oh, we were fair on both sides. Then people get upset. Then they can be like, look, my mentions are a sewer. I was right. Barstool's bad.
Whenever they
and
drop
it's like,
it and-
end scenes. Like, okay, cool, guy.
Whenever they
Like,
drop it and immediately tweet RIP to my mentions
Right.
before that's even happened.
Right, it's like,
we know
all
what
right,
your
like that
intentions
person
are here.
hates us no matter what. We could fucking literally save like a baby beluga and in front of like the entire world. You know what I mean? Like some Nazi could be coming with like a club ready to kill a little baby whale, and Dave Portnoy goes and swoops and picks it up and is like, I saved this whale and all of humanity, and they'd be like, well, size 6 skinny jean. It's like, all right, cool. Like, you fucking hate us. I don't care. It's over. I don't care. You hate us. There's nothing I can do to change your mind. End of story.
I'll tell you what, I read a little Bigfoot Erotica, but that might be the best little animal story on the show
Yeah,
today. That was
right,
just beautiful.
scene. It's just like, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
At some
absolutely.
point, the people that hate us will never stop hating us. So the only play they have is to try to rile us up and get us like responding and everyone going crazy. And it's like if we just don't fucking pay attention to them. The big guys, when Desmond comes at us, that's a different story.
She embarrassed herself so much by trying to portray that.
Yeah,
as
the
real,
email is what
like,
got us in. I agree.
And she knew from the get-go. So that's why she replied right away. I'm not positive this is him.
Right.
That's why
So
she
put
didn't
that
include
either
that message in the main
same tweet. Either don't put it out or put that in the tweet.
She did that on purpose.
attached
She
to
also
the-
has
to
us all blocked. I've never interacted
Immediately,
with
yeah.
her.
Didn't even
Like,
know.
who
Immediately.
cares? So,
It's a joke.
and we also have Tommy Smokes.
Dude,
who's
I
gonna
remember last
eventually-
Tommy swooped in
Dude,
like a
Dave
hero,
is gonna come back
defending the
and
damsel
Dave
in
is gonna
distress,
come back and be
David
like,
Portnoy.
Where is that Smokes? He has been defending my honor.
This was a company-wide assault letter, and I took up arms.
I actually thought your email was or your
I
letter
like
was
how you
funny.
figured
I
it all
like
out.
Great.
I just like to give you
Like
shit.
you figured it all out by saying exactly what Kevin said in his tweet.
But I
like you quote tweeted it, you're like, here's what happened here. Wait, actually, I think this is what happened. It's like, yeah, that's what Kevin said.
We didn't have the exact contact. Yeah, he said it was probably. I went to her website.
You figured it out. You
No,
cracked
I
the case,
actually-
Tommy.
I was the first person to see that tweet, and I was like, there.
Oh, this is like the same Fordham coaching tree too. It's all
Yeah,
Tommy.
yeah.
It's all Tommy. Tommy's the
I-
hero that we need.
I
I
would-
also, since we definitely don't know the difference between slander and libel, we should just call it slibel from now
Yeah.
on. And that covers both verbal and written,
Yeah.
and you're good to go.
Yeah, I like that.
Tommy's mic is out. Oh no, sorry.
It's back. It's back.
Oh, okay, good. So
Dave, almost
Dave
was,
is.
Dave was the wall was unprotected.
I was
for a
gonna say
second.
that was our spot right there.
There's a chink in the armor. Dave
I,
is back
I actually thought it was a hilarious
on Wednesday.
article. I just love being like, "Hey, Tommy, Dave's not gonna fuck you."
Look, I saw the tweet from the burner account where it said like whoever runs that burner account from Dave. Where it's like the
Oh,
legal
yeah, here we
team.
go.
Oh, yeah, whoever runs
Here
Here
we go.
I said, oh, we could use a press release right about now. So I wrote it up. I sent it to him. I was like, just in case you need it, boss. And he said, I like it. Let's roll with it.
You know what was very funny in the most Barstool fashion ever? I mean, everyone knew immediately that Dave Portnoy did not write that email, but there's so many viceroys, and it was over the weekend. So many interns running around. I was like, maybe somebody was drunk, had access to the email, and thought that was funny and
Right.
sent it. So I was like holding off on the tweet because, like, God forbid that somebody did send that. And so I call Feits. I'm like, you have access to the tips email? He's like, yeah, let me check it. No, my password doesn't work. Gaz, you got it? My password doesn't work. Tommy, did any of the new guys have it? Nah, it doesn't work.
It wasn't that
Nobody
our
has
passwords
access
Dave
to the
probably
tips
doesn't
It
email.
wasn't that our
Yeah.
passwords don't work. It's just that we forgot them.
Yeah, so we don't
I
even have
just, you know what was
forgot
real
the
funny? Tommy was like, hey, I tried tried and true, like blah, blah, blah. That didn't work.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, we tried and true from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, oh,
There's only a couple.
Yep.
You know? Yeah.
We'll still talk about that after, but yeah, that's funny.
So shout out to the haters and the losers, of which there are many.
They just keep doing their thing, and we'll just keep like I don't know.
The
Like,
fight goes on.
you
It's like the
could
Middle
draw-
East. Honestly, you're like, when's it gonna end? It's never gonna end. It's
Right,
like
and
war in the Middle East.
This woman, like, you could draw it up. I could have.
That's what Tommy's been doing that. He's
it
been
could
doing
like,
Laura
in your
Wags
brain.
before Laura Wags.
Right, exactly. Like, okay, she's got all of us blocked. She's some fringe baseball writer who has like
One person
she's-
will call her the C word, and
It's
she'll
like
tweet
it's
that
the old
out.
it's the old saying: if you don't have
Stop doing that. by
if
the
you have
way.
15
Fucking
jobs,
stop
you don't
doing
have
that.
one job. So she has every fucking place she's ever written for. It's like, okay, well, do you
That
have a
means
job?
none,
Like, do
yeah.
you have a place you write for? No. It's a nothing blog. It's fucking 10,000 words. She knows that none of us can read, so she like she uses that
Honestly,
against us.
you know what? The only thing.
I've been reading the McDonald's article for 3 days. You think I'm taking
dude,
time out to
I
read the
can't-
Barstool
like that's such
ballpark?
a that's
You
such
nuts?
a fucked up thing to do. Like, you know we're dumb. Don't
You know
do
what?
that many
You know what
words.
you should do? This is a little tip for your playbook. Just put stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
Because I scrolled to the very end, and the last bit said, "Much like Josh Hader." I was like, "What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
How
I
was
couldn't
he
even get
compared
there.
to Josh Hader?"
It's just not. It's not fair that they do that. Like, just give us a too long didn't read, so I know if I need to. Be
I don't
mad
read.
at
I don't
what
read
should
articles
be
on
mad about.
Barstool that are longer than 2 paragraphs. let
alone the hardball
Yes.
Dave's email I skimmed. Dave's fake email. I was like, okay, that's not it.
All right, that's the rundown.